Three, two, one. Welcome back to another episode of To Be or Not to Be. This band is called Binks. They're out of Elgin, Illinois. And this song is called White Lighter. It's my favorite song off their newest EP that came out last November 9th. You can find all their music on SoundCloud or on their Facebook. Really good stuff. I actually had a chance to hang out with a few of them last Saturday. I went to a show. It was a pretty sick show at Side Street. It was in Elgin. Man, the Elgin music scene's crazy. It's pretty alive. It's more alive than I thought. Than honestly it's ever been, in my opinion. But it's just my opinion. It was a fun show. Great bands. But yeah, I got to talk to the Binks boys. They're super cool. They let me, use one of their songs for the episode. Yeah, and hopefully maybe I could get one of them on here. And we could talk a little bit about their recording process. I think everyone's got their own, differences on recording styles. It'd be cool to get their input because their tracks came out super legit. Awesome. Plus, they're super dope people. I'm sure you guys would love to hear them. I would love to talk to them. Anyway, the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl. I don't watch sports at all. I honestly don't. I couldn't tell you like three rules of football. But every year I do watch the Super Bowl. I mean, it's fun. Plus the halftime show is always something interesting. I don't like how they say that it's the biggest show in music. The biggest show in music. I mean, maybe the biggest promoted show. And I guess a lot of people do watch it, but I mean, they don't even play one full song. They don't play one song from beginning to end, so I don't know. To each their own, and I get it. Trust me, I would love to. Someone was like, "Yo, you get to play on the Super Bowl." I'd be like, "Duh, duh." Um. Also, sometimes I what also trips me up is that sometimes I'm not sure if they're actually playing their instruments or if they're even singing out of the microphones because it's a lot of stories of being too cold out and they wouldn't let them play their instruments because they might mess up. Like it happened to the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They weren't even plugged in, I don't think, which is fine. They did their. They're not known for that. They don't usually, lip sync or fake play, but still, I don't know. For the biggest show, I don't know. I don't know about that. Speaking of which, Maroon 5 killed it as usual. They're good. I like Maroon 5. I didn't used to care for them too much, but the older I got, the more I realized they're legit musicians. Especially the lead singer. That dude can actually sing. He's really good at singing. And I just don't think he had to take off his shirt. I don't think he had to take off his shirt. That's just me though. Keep it PG, That's just me though. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. And then the rappers, they were good. They were good. I liked them. It was entertaining. But I do feel like each year they get cheaper and cheaper on like the like like the production part of it. I feel like they're losing more and more money. Like I think so far my favorite one was the one with Bruno Mars. That one killed it. I don't know. Who knows? I don't care. But that as for the actual game, that was so boring. It was hard for me to watch, and I don't even know if that's how all football games are. But if that's the best game that's supposed to be played, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe football's not my thing. I don't know. Whatever. But I hope everyone was safe and stayed indoors, ate a bunch of good food, some sandwiches, some dips, usual super party. I mean, I like the Super Bowl. I like the atmosphere. It's like you go to people's parties, you get to relax, everyone kind of tunes in. It's always something everyone has kind of in common, at least in the states. But if entertainment wise, I don't know if it's like the greatest. Will I watch next year? I'll definitely watch the halftime show for sure next year. That's something that I do kind of look forward to. Even maybe they are right. Maybe it is the biggest show. But then again, there's so many bigger shows, and I just can't get past the fact that they don't play one song. I don't know. Anyway, last weekend I went to Side Street. Like I said, there was a bunch of cool bands, a bunch of cool people, a bunch of people I didn't recognize. It's so cool to see so many young kids come out and support live music. It really, really is. It's like every time I go there, just see new faces, and that's awesome. It's cool to see that bands are being productive and keeping it alive. Because I don't know, I think right now is a really hard time to be noticed as an actual band. I think people like production and like rappers. Right now, rap's right, and I'm not dogging on it. I think I like rap. It's just I think that's like what's more popular. So it's nice to see that there's still like an underlying, uh, you know, love for live punk bands. Cause that's sure what you got last weekend. That was awesome, though. So funny seeing people mosh pit, like mini mosh pits. That was my favorite part. I think I have a video of it. I might slap it on here. It was awesome. People generally, there's always one guy in the mosh pit who's like the dad. He's pushing people, but if someone falls, he like looks out for everyone. And that's good to see. I'm not a mosher though. Fuck that. Anyway, that was fun. I got to talk to the owner of Side Street, Tanner, my guy. That guy's awesome. I haven't talked to that guy in a while. He definitely wants to help out with the podcast as much as possible, which would be cool to maybe have him on or maybe have a guest on talking about, business and the music scene right now. It's always good to, educate yourself on that, especially this being a music-based podcast. Um, it's always good to keep, if you're listening to this, if you're a listener, it's always good to keep, yourself like ear to the ground on what's happening and new techniques, especially with social media. God, every week is something different. Every week it's a different way to advertise, a different way to market yourself, um, depending on what outcome you want. Okay, um, going into my next little segment, the business advice part. The reason why I kind of started this podcast is to give business advice, and not all at once, because it's so hard to do it all. Um, it takes time. That's one thing I wanted to talk about today is um, don't don't give up um, because the first time it doesn't work out, or the second time, or don't expect for the first time to be a success, a killer. Don't expect the first time to smash, because I mean it'd be awesome if it didn't, but it realistically you're gonna find that you get more and more potential fans or listeners after your second album, or maybe ninth or 10th song, or you get noticed more as a painter after like your eighth or ninth painting, not necessarily your first one. Um, so just don't give up and just keep adamant about it and just keep doing it. Keep coming out with content. Um, don't expect one thing to blow up. Make them all equally, make everything as good as you can do it, if not better than the last one. But don't think that that's gonna be it. You're gonna have to. It's a grind. You have to do. What one of my biggest suggestions, which this isn't really business advice, but I mean it could be. You could put it into business, if you're creative enough. It's just do something once a day. Like if you're a painter, paint one painting once a day. If you're a songwriter, write one song a day. If you're like making beats, make one beat a day. That's what I do, and it helps me open up my creative abilities. And they might not be the best songs or the best paintings or the best uh, poems, but if you make 30 of them, one of them's got to be awesome. And if you make one a day, one a month, that's 12 songs for me, or 12 paintings a year. That's an album, if you're talking about music, or even an exhibition, that's one a year. Sorry, I'm a little the weather's been kind of, I think, getting to me. Sorry if I'm a little like down, but I'm gonna get to see Bring Me the Horizon tomorrow. I'm super stoked about that, and I'm also super stoked to meet one, or I'm meeting up with one of my best friends, my very very first best friend, Max Black. So it's always awesome to see him. I don't get to see him that often, and he was my first best friend. So it's cool to catch up with him. But definitely, I don't know if you guys checked out Bring Me the Horizon's new album. It's pretty dope if you're into that kind of music. I enjoy it a lot, but I also love, they do a really good show. I pretty much see them every time they come out. And man, I can't wait for that tomorrow. I'll be a lot better moods, higher spirits tomorrow. Um, okay, and oh yeah, for the business advice, sorry. God, I'm a little all over the place today. I'm trying, new things for this podcast. You might not notice it, but it's a little bit different for me, even though this is the second one, but it's still out of my element. Anyway, regardless, I don't know if you guys have heard of the website TuneCore. TuneCore, that's the name of the website. TuneCore. I don't know what's wrong with my mouth today. It's basically, if you have, in a nutshell, if you have one song that you want to put out, you have to really put the best way to do it is to put your song on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, basically every platform that you could think of that plays music. And TuneCore, literally, it's your one-stop shop. You put your music on there, and not only do they distribute it to all of those websites, they also collect all the money for you. So if you, for iTunes, say you make $30 because 30 people buy your song, they're the ones who collect it, and you get to keep all of the money. So it's I think it's like $20 per song, or $50, and I think $45 for 5 songs. So it's kind of worth your money. That's how I pretty much get all my royalties from the music that I produce. TuneCore's really good about that, and they have different things uh, that they offer. For example, for free, after signing up for free, they send your music to like the Facebook like governors of the music for their like campaigns for their advertisements. And if they send it to them directly, and if they use it, then you get a cut of that. I think it's 80% of um they whatever they pay. I think for that, TuneCore does take a percentage, but whatever, no work off you. You just literally put it up there. I don't know. That's my business advice. Check out TuneCore if you're really serious and you already have content for music. Check it out. It's not an advertisement. I don't get any paid for anything from them. I actually use them. I pay money for that. Um, I know I already scratched on the Don't Give Up, but there's this book that I've been reading. It's called The Obstacle is the Way. It's a really good book. It teaches you about how to learn from your downfalls, because honestly, sincerely, I think the thing that stops people from moving forward is honestly the disappointment from not getting the part, or not um, getting the things that you expect because you work so hard on your content, for example. Um, I mean, say you slave over a 8 song record and no one hears it, and you promote it as much as you can. It's just, it happens. A lot of people just give up because that was a lot of work. But like I said, do not give up, and you don't fail. There's no such thing as failing. That's my mindset from the past couple of years. You don't fail. You just either learn, you win, or you learn. You don't lose. So whenever something bad happens, just especially if there's an obstacle in your way or something doesn't go your way, try and make it make it your strength. Try and come up with a plan that will turn that negativity or that bad moment in your life and turn it into something that you learn from and actually can help you achieve success in a different way than, because the way I see it, if you aim for a goal, it's always going to move because life happens, but as long as you're moving towards it, the goal, that's the point. So just keep. I know there's days that I have days that I don't want to do anything, but just one step at a time. Just come up with a plan. Find the time to do it. Find if it's something. Say you are getting tired of painting a lot of paintings because no one's buying them, and you're just getting tired of it. So try and do something else. Maybe write a poem just once or twice, just to break out of the norm. Because then for me that helps. Because then when I come back to it, I come back refreshed, and I still feel like I accomplished something. If you're really serious about this, don't stop and just bum around and give up. Like, please just try your hardest. It's worth it. Trust me. You don't make a million fans in one day. You have to make one. You have to influence one person at a time. That's how you get fans. That's how you get fans. Influencing one person at a time. So just keep it up, guys. And if you guys have any questions or suggestions, please let me know. I did say I was going to talk about some gear, but I think I'm going to save it for a different episode. I think I want to talk more about gear, and maybe I'll make like 1 month it's just going to be about gears, because I don't want to giving up the business advice for that, and I do want to try and keep these podcasts short and sweet, so you guys can just get a taste of what I'm talking about, and then go on about your day. So like I said, just be yourself, keep working hard, keep loving each other. I like leaving you guys last week with a song that I haven't published yet, so I'll put up another one. Probably be playing sometime around now. Again, just love each other, be nice to each other. Try and let out anger in a positive and healthy way, and take some time for yourself to enjoy life, okay? Until next time, to be or not to be, that is the question. Peace. I know that there's something so special about you and me.